2. Roosevelt Boone sat with Harry and Marty in a bar near the railroad tracks in Shreveport. He had a cold beer in his hand, 2 of his buddies by his side, and a smile on his face. He could use a woman to help make things even better, but that could wait till later in the evening. Rosie knew he'd get laid if he wanted to. Other men in the world might keep on thinking about it and hoping for it to happen. Rosie was one of the very, very few who could just assume it would be there when he decided it'd be a good idea. Women liked Roosevelt Boone. There were the obvious attractions. He was a very large and very muscular black man. He stood 6 feet plus and had an even larger set of muscles than Beaker. His skin was the kind that always caught the lights and always seemed to be smooth and so rich-looking you might think you could taste the chocolate on it. His teeth were gleaming white, and he showed them often with a wide-open, booming laugh that was infectious. There was more, of course there was. Women weren't just interested in good-looking men. At least some women liked the hints of other emotions that lingered around Rosie whenever you looked at him. There was the small skull that was pierced into his earlobe. It gave off a promise of something more from this man. Maybe it wasn't a thing that women should want to explore, and there were many who didn't, who were repulsed by it, but there were plenty of them who found it a hypnotic device, something that drew them into the man, into his arms, and into his bed. Whenever he was known in a particular town, there were also the stories. They were whispered tales that the women would tell one another about the huge black man with the eerie jewelry. There were many women who should have been warned away by what they heard, but they weren't. As though he were a spider weaving a web and their innocence was that of a fly, they came closer, attracted by the danger. Rosie would never have truly harmed a woman, and he would have been shocked to learn that there were females who found him frightening. It was just something about him and the way he went about things. But that wasn't on Rosie's mind right now. Tonight he was just enjoying his beer and his pals and a summer night in Louisiana. "Want a shot, Rosie? Huh?" The insistent voice of Marty Applebaum cut through the din of the crowded barroom. "Come on, guys, let's do some shots. Jack Daniels, that's what you want, good hard bourbon. Hey, waitress, over here." Rosie looked at the small blond man and shook his head. He knew that Marty could never stop.